beers.
All right, y'all.
My go-to is a Heineken or Corona.
We're live. We're live, but we're not on. We're only on YouTube. I think. Let me see what's going on here.
Bet.
Yeah, let's see what's up with the Facebook. I can't. Your boy done did all that. All that capping, man.
Man, this.
Okay, so here's what I gotta do.
I mean, fuck it. Let's get Drip Key on here. Fuck it.
So he'll definitely bring the crowd because everybody want to see him go live.
Let's see here. I'm gonna try to share this like while it's live right now.
Bet. Jermaine, random question. What size are you?
12 and a half, 13.
Gotcha. Fuck,
what about you?
I'm a true 12. I can go in 11 and a half on some shoes that like kind of run big, but I've also gone a 12 and a half on certain shoes. Like I tried a 12 and a half on like Yeezy 350s, especially the V2s because those kind of run small.
Yeah.
So on those, I tend to on those and like the Pharrell human races, I did go up half a size.
Yeah, them Adidas you kind of got to.
Which most Jordans I can do a 12, 11 and a half.
I only do a 12 in my ones, but all the rest got to be 12 and a half or a 13. Like I'm a true 12 and a half.
I think I need to start doing a 12 and a half. And I don't know why, because it's like, for some reason, ones just hurt my feet like crazy. Like I know people say fours are the most uncomfortable Jordan, but I swear every time, like after 45 minutes of wearing any of my ones, my shit just starts to hurt.
Yeah, because them shits is flat as hell.
Bro, I swear.
Okay. All right. So I shared it. And we'll see if everybody gets the link in, they touch in on it.
Make sure I
All right. So back on the platform, we were supposed to have a battle where Mr. Wolf of Wall Street was supposed to be here. And,
I should know a Facebook name like that.
Mr. Wolf of Wolf of Webster Street.
Wolf of
Wall Street. Mr. Wolf.
He did the wolfing all right.
Yeah, Mr. Wolf did the wolfing. He came into the group talking shit and called out a heavy hitter and found out that Nick is not to be fucked with. So I'm taking it that, it's an excuse. Maybe it isn't, maybe it is. I don't know. We're supposed to start the battle at 7:30. We're starting it at 8:47 because of his request to start at 8:30.
Yeah,
so
text the group back.
So we are what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is we're gonna run just a quick exhibition. Jermaine has said, he didn't want to waste the time, so we're gonna make it worth everybody's while. I'm sure Jermaine got some new shit that y'all ain't seen. I'm sure Nick got some new shit y'all ain't seen. So this is like actually this just turned out to be probably the better than what we were going to see.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because honestly, I didn't think dude stood a chance against you, and I think everybody else that's seen
I felt the same way because
was like,
we see the shit you post. We see the shit you post, bro. You got
it was like everybody that saw it. I'm trying to get these comments up here, man, but I can't get shit up here. I'm all jacked up over in this end. Yeah. But anyway, when we figured it out, it was like, man, this is ridiculous.
Before I start, can I go grab another beer real quick?
Go ahead, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I just didn't want Nick to waste his time, and I know Nick it's been a minute since he been wanting to like show some sneakers off. So I just figured, like, you know what I'm saying, it's not really an official battle, but I'll show some shit, he gonna show some shit, and that's how we gonna do it. Just so he don't feel like he's wasted his time, because he definitely got some shit for y'all to check out. If you ain't been seeing what Nick posts, I mean, we friends on Facebook, so he posts that shit on Facebook and in the group. I mean, like, he got some shit. So,
sometimes it's funny because I have a lot of coworkers, on my Facebook. So obviously, like I post a lot of sneaker stuff on there. And so they'll ask me, it's like, oh, what does this shoe go for? And it's like when I tell them, it's like sneakerhead, like Jermaine, you got heat, so like, you'd understand.
Yeah.
Like when they hear But it's like when they hear what some of my stuff go for, it's just kind of funny to see their reaction. Like, oh, like, these go for, this amount. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's like, it's probably crazy to think about, if you're not a sneakerhead,
Right.
but
Yeah, because you'll be like, people, when I tell people that's not in the sneakers, they be thinking like, that's such a waste of money. Why would you
yep.
spend your money? And then I'm like, what do you spend your money on? Because I can only imagine the bullshit you spend your money on. You know what I'm saying?
And how I kind of how I justify it is, it's like with my vice, like sneakers are my vice, right? But I can always sell my shit and get my money back. Some people they fucking they're snorting coke and shit.
Yeah, they don't. Everybody got their vices. That's what I'm saying. And
Everybody got
like you
vices.
said,
but with mine, I can get my money back out of it.
and more, and then some. Because it's like you could buy some shit and it go up in price, and even if you after you wear it, don't even have to be new, you still will get more for what you actually paid for it.
Exactly.
So that's like the best. That's like the best. The best. That's why I'm saying. After 13 years of marriage, me and my wife have such an understanding because she gets it. She's not questioning if 2-3 shoes. She's not looking like, oh, you spend all money. She'll be like, oh, let me see what you got. Oh, I like that.
And sometimes it's like I'll trade. It's like I'll trade 3 or 4 GRs.
Yeah.
Like for a heater too. It's like or I'll sell like 3 pairs to buy to buy one just so. I try to budget. I try to budget myself every month, especially with the wedding and everything.
The official sneakerhead is not going to spend their hard-earned money. You're not going to spend your hard-earned money.
It's kind of funny.
You go and budget that shit.
Yeah, it's funny how we were talking about the market. At one point I had 2 pairs of UNC Off-Whites, right? And so my dead stock pair that I had bought years ago, I paid $1,200 because that was market. And then like 8 or 9 months later, when they they skyrocketed, I paid $1,500 for a used pair for my second pair at a sneaker show, and I'm like, what the fuck? I ended up paying like more, for a used pair than I did for my dead stock pair because like market just shot up.
That was probably around the time when that Jordan documentary came out.
Bro, the Last Dance price jumps were actually insane.
Crazy. I got so much shit off, even beat up ones I was selling because I was selling shit for like $300, like the white and blue metallic ones and the white and red.
Bro, OG colorways.
I sold them shit for like $300 and I wore the hell out of them.
And that was a time like COVID ended too, so people got their stimulus checks.
Yeah.
Bro, like 2016 Bread Ones dead stock were hitting for $1,000, and I'm like,
I remember that shit. Yeah, it was.
I'm like they're a great shoe, but I mean, like, I'm not paying $1,000 for a 2016 Bread One.
Right.
Like,
everything was jumping up, man. All that shit was jumping up to $3,000. Unions was $3,000.
All right, looks like. Can you see who's watching or? I see Jose's on here, Anthony Bernard. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Eric and Kenny. Like I said, like y'all and all the moderators and admins of the group. You guys, I know y'all there's a lot of drama and bullshit that goes on in the group, but I mean, I just want to give y'all a shout out. You guys, y'all work really hard. Put this shit together. So I just want to say I appreciate all you guys, man.
No problem. Appreciate that. Appreciate that love.
Absolutely. All right. So, Jay, you want to go first, or no? You flip a coin, right? Isn't that how you guys do it?
Now you know what? It's your battle. If you want to go first, you go first. If you want to go second, you go second. What you want to do?
I'll go second.
All right.
Let me see. What do I want to show first?
Jermaine, I think for some reason we
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
There you go.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you're good.
I couldn't slide you over. Okay, we good. We good now. We got action, baby.
Okay. I guess I'll go first and show something. I think I showed these before. I'm gonna show something real old. I've been waiting for these to come back for a long time. I don't know when they're gonna come back, but price ain't crazy on them, but it's probably one of my favorite 7s. And 7s don't get much love, but the Pacific 7s.
Ooh, those are not. I was like, there's so many underrated 7 colorways out there, I swear. Like, I think
Go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. No, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad.
This was the LS series. You know, when it was doing a lifestyle shit, when it was now considered just limited, like tier 0 shit.
Yep.
That's when these came out. I think I was probably like 3 years out of high school when these joints dropped. So these is probably my favorite, like limited 7 wise. Uh, next to like my favorite OG is the Olympic 7s.
Ooh, Olympic 7s are nice.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them
Air,
the retro.
Air 7s are one of my personal favorite 7s.
All right.
So I'll use me. So if you're gonna pull out a 7, I'll pull out a 7 too. I'm gonna go the bin 23 7s.
Crazy.
This was my first bin that I picked up, many years ago. The quality, for those of you who don't know, the bin series released back in 2010 in very limited quantities. This one, sorry, my lighting is shit. I don't know if you can see the numbering.
I can't see the numbering, but I see the tag. Like I know the
This
purple.
This is pair 1,186 out of 2,059 pairs. And so what Jordan and Brand wanted to do with the bin series is, they wanted to basically give us, Jordans with some of the best quality that you would see on any Jordan. They all come with the signature bin 23 stamp right here. And I know a lot of people, they say, like, a lot of people, this is their least favorite bin. I personally think it's a very dope sneaker. The quality is amazing. They're actually starting. I need to get these restored low key because they're starting to separate. But definitely one of my favorite overall 7s. Definitely a pair you don't see every day. I enjoy wearing it. I need to wear it more. But like I said, it is starting to separate because it is an old sneaker.
Yeah.
It's kind of what sucks. Like there's so many girls from back in the day that are like going for like super cheap now. Like back then, these would hit for about well over like between $1,200-$1,300 dead stock. Now I'm seeing pairs go for like $500-$600 used.
Yeah, me too.
Like dead stock like $800-$900 if that. And it's just like this. I guess this new age of sneaker just don't appreciate the old heat. Like probably like we would.
No, I agree with you. I had the bin 9s. I ended up selling mines because the red stamp it started fading crazy, and I was just like,
mine's starting to chip on the on my other pair on the
once my shit started chipping, I was like, I'm gonna let this thing go.
Yeah. I'm about to have to I like wearing them. Like they're a great sneaker. It's just like I'm scared. I haven't worn them like well over a year. I'm scared I don't want to wear them pugging if
they're going to, and then if you wear them in this heat, they definitely going to separate.
Bro, it's like it's been like 94, 95 here in Lexington.
So do me a favor, both of you guys hold the shoes up again.
Oh.
So everybody can get a look. Nice.
Also, for everyone watching, sorry if I seem kind of awkward on camera. This is my first time doing this shit, so.
Nice.
Man, you good, bro. There'll be people that we just see some people act a donkey on here.
Really?
They were scheduled to release again in 2026.
So the way we could do this, because I got the camera set up, like if we could just
that's the bin 6 coming out in 2026.
Yeah, they're starting to re-release bin sneakers, but not the 7. I know
they're coming out with a 6
coming out.
What Jordan Brand's been doing though, I wouldn't be surprised to see. Like if they said, the bin 7s are coming back out, I wouldn't be. But with them being numbered, I don't know how I don't know how that would work. But it wouldn't surprise me.
Jermaine, it's on you.
All right.
Shout out to Kenny.
Kenny watching right now?
No.
Oh, damn.
Kenny MIA for a while.
He's still my dude, though.
I know you and Kenny been trying to get me to battle for a while. So, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not even sorry. I'm kind of happy it, kind of ended up this way. Because like I said, Jermaine got some heat, bro. So this definitely would have been a better exhibition matchup,
situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just posted the UNC pair, so I figure I'll show these. Because I really still don't see a lot of people with them. The Lightning 17s.
Yeah.
Man, those are clean, bro.
The leather is so soft on these that it's just like a immediate crease as soon as I wear these joints. And I love the packaging because the box, it still comes in the metal suitcase, and then it comes in like a brown box too. So
yeah, so I still to this day don't think I've ever actually seen like a pair of like someone actually wearing a pair of 17s. Like I mean, like here in Lexington, I have never seen a pair of 17s on feet. And it's a dope shoe too. Like it's just it just doesn't get they don't get the love they deserve. I feel like
right, like I wore the UNC's, the sneaker con, and I ain't see nobody wearing them. And I probably seen one pair on the one table, like, but that's about it. But I mess with the 17s heavy like that. I had to get both of those pairs. I paid resale, but I got a steal on both of them. So I got both of them DS. So
at SneakerCon, how many pairs of Panda Dunks did you see on feet?
It was a good amount.
That's still one of the craziest because people are paying over $400 for those.
Yeah, people.
Now
yeah,
that's not going for like $60.
Right, because they start hoarding them out on Nike.
Yeah, actually, I can't even talk shit because I paid $820 for Frag 3s on release day, and we all kind of know where those are at right now. So I can't even say shit.
Nick. It's on you, Nick.
What do I want to pull out? Ooh, I'll go another. These have been shown a couple times on here, but this is one of my favorite Dornbeckers. I'm gonna go the Dornbecker 8s.
Yeah, beautiful shoe.
This is like a top 5 Dornbecker for me. I've had the 5s, the 13s, the foams, the 3s. This, like I said, this is an amazing shoe. I will say this is definitely one of my harder pairs to wear. I probably only have like 2 or 3 outfits at the present moment that I can actually wear with this. That's not enough. It's such a nice shoe, but it's like I only have like 3 or 4.
2-3 outfits is good when you got a ton of shoes.
Yeah, it's like I swear, like if I ever wear this shoe, my go-to outfit is like either like just one of my solid black tees, and just like some jeans, or I have like a white shirt with like a little hint of orange that kind of goes good with these. But like I said, still an amazing shoe. I love wearing it. Every time I wear this out, it's like sneakerheads and like non-sneakerheads, like just because like they kind of pop with the colorway and everything.
It's just crazy.
Man,
it was a dope shoe.
God, those 17s are so nice, bro.
I'm trying to get them up in there. Yeah.
All right.
That's
all right. Yeah, that would be a tough decision. But I probably would end up going with that Dornbecker because I love that shit.
They're so
Dornbecker go crazy, man.
They're so nice, and they're like pictures don't do them justice, bro. They're just so clean in hand.
Let me see. Because my thing is, if I do decide to battle, I don't want to. It's too crazy until I actually do decide to battle. But I already know my boy got some shit, so I'm gonna go with an oldie but goodie.
He's about to pull up with a banger right now.
Nah, it ain't nothing too crazy. Yeah. It ain't nothing too crazy. This has been shown plenty of times, and I think the prices dropping on these are crazy, but I still mess with them heavy. The Travis.
I love
the glow in the dark still. The glow in the dark still go crazy for me. Like
I need to wear my pair. So like that's one of the better Travis Jordans in my opinion.
Me too.
And there's so much you can wear with that like olive colorway.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite colors. That's why I love the shoe so much. Like
that shoe.
I done wore these plenty of times. Like, I got like 2-3 hats. I got a coat. I got hoodies. Like I got so much shit. I
had 2 dead stock pairs at one point, and then back in like 2020, and then I traded one. This is back when like the Yeezy hype was still kind of like the Yeezy 350 V1 hype was still kind of up there.
Yeah,
I traded one pair plus like 200 cash for a dead stock pair of Moon Rocks, and then I traded the other pair for it was like snakeskin 4s. And then I was like, "Fuck, why'd I trade those? I kind of want them back now." And so then I finally, about a year ago, added them back to the collection. But yeah, it's such a nice shoe.
I did the same shit. I had the shoe. I hit on sneakers, but it was an 11 and a half. Them shits was so tight. I ended up flipping them, and then I ended up getting another 12 dead stock from one of my homies around here, and I think I ended up trading those up for some other shit. And
You know,
then I recently, like within the past year, I bought another dead stock pair of those, and I
yeah.
just been uh I've been wearing them like crazy. So
There
they still
were
look good for me to been wearing them a lot, but them is
and the
my
quality on them is really good too. It's like,
yeah.
like the Travis, like I've had a couple pair of the Travis fours, and like my dead stock pair came creased and like a shit ton of glue stains on the side.
And they
But for
smell like glue. They smell like
yes, bro,
crazy
it's
glue.
insane.
I
Like my
damn near thought, I'm like, are these fake?
bro, I swear to God, like that's on my medium. Like my, do you have the medium olives, the most
Yeah,
recent
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah. So when I got mine, I was like, this shit smells like a whole bunch of glue. And the guy got them from sneakers, and I'm like what the hell's going on? Because that used to
That
be how you'd be able
smells
to identify a fake, because if it smelled like heavily like glue.
right. Nah, but now Nike wearing like even foams. The foams that I've been getting from
Yep.
Nike, they smell like heavy glue.
My Travis Canary smelled like glue, like crazy, and I was like, did I just get scammed? Like
Right?
I was like, hold up, let me get a second opinion. I was
Oh,
like,
that's
which they were
nuts.
legit, but I was like, what the fuck?
Right,
It's
that's
on you, Nick.
nuts.
All right, so if you're gonna show a Travis shoe, I'll pull out a Travis. I'm gonna go with the Travis ones. It's crazy because my local boutique here in Lexington actually ended up getting a very limited amount of pairs of these, and so the entire city went crazy. Um, if anyone there's watching, I'm not throwing accusations out. There were rumors that all these pairs were backdoored by my local boutique. They
Damn.
have been known to do that in the past. Um, but I mean, it's a limited sneaker, so I get it. I'm not. I know how the game works. It is what it is. But definitely one of like top 5 Travis Scott sneaker in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, these and the SBs are up there. I don't count the friends and family fours because they didn't release. I'm only I actually prefer these over the Travis Frag highs just because I feel
Yeah,
like
me too.
these are more
Listen.
wearable. These are like you can
Mhm.
wear these with almost anything and they look fine.
Anything, yep.
You know,
Those are definitely I've bought. It's funny because when those first dropped, I didn't hit, so I was trying to pay resale, so I ended up paying like 700 on eBay before eBay was on authentication.
yeah.
Shit showed up, bro. I looked on YouTube
Damn.
and watched them. I watched a YouTube video to authenticate them. Shits was fake, so I got my money back. Yeah, bro,
Bro,
they was fake.
my
So I ended up
first so my first pair I got back in 2020 of these, and it was someone who who was very legit in my like local group, and they ended up being fake, like bad. I had never held the shoe, so they were like bad fakes too, and I was like, fuck. And so then I ended up getting a legit pair, which I kind of took an L on these because at the time when I got these, market was around $2,000. So I paid
Hold that shoe up, Jermaine. If you got
yeah.
it still, if you got it
So I
still
paid
running.
1900 for these back in 2021. I'm gonna wear them at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And so
I
now
think I paid.
market's like 1200 max on these, which kind of sucks.
I
But
think I
like I said,
paid. What did I pay for? I
I
think I
got it.
paid.
I would have to say I would have to go with Jermaine. I
yeah,
like
no,
that.
those the sixes are clean.
I like the ones. I'm not crazy about ones like all like that, but I do
No,
like
yeah,
the straps.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The
But
sixes.
it's just a preference thing. It's a
Oh yeah,
preference.
no.
Yeah, that yeah, it's definitely a prep. But I will say, Nick, that shoe. That's another one that I bought 3 times.
This is my second pair of these. I sold a dead stock pair for
Yeah.
2000 at an event, and then I was like, wait, fuck. And then like 6 months later, I bought them back, and I was like, okay, I need these
Yeah,
back in the collection.
cause them shits is too hard. Cause
They're
I
so
bought
nice.
I when I told you I had bought that fake pair, I was so mad I ended up just going to Goat. When I got my money back, I just went to Goat, and I think I paid like 850 for a DS pair at the time because the price was still like this was when they
Yeah.
first dropped, so that it was like 850. So I ended up buying them, and then I had that pair for like 2 years, wore the hell out of them, sold them again, and then I bought a DS. I regretted it. I bought a DS pair for what I think it was like 11, and then um,
Nice.
I wore them shits for like 2 years. I sold them, and then I regretted it again, and then I bought them again. And I bought a used pair this time though.
I'm
So
actually. I think I'm gonna have to buy a used pair because like
yeah.
it's crazy because like I'm not like I like buying dead stocks like and like heaters. I like buying dead stock stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and
could
so like
understand that.
and like now that the market's down, like what I used to do when I'm starting to do again now the market's down is so I'll buy a dead stock pair and a used pair. So like I have two pairs of shattered backboards upstairs. I have like a passing as dead stock pair, and then I have my pair that I wear like once a week. You know that way. So when my beater pair gets unwearable, essentially, I have a fresh pair ready
You
to
have
go.
a fresh pair. Yeah, that's
Okay, so that's 3 rounds. So what we're gonna do is Nick, you're gonna start off the second.
You know, I think you go first. I'll go.
And then you'll go first, yeah, and then
Yeah.
Jermaine
Okay.
will go second.
okay.
All right. So am I up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're
on you.
I'll go. What do I want to pull out? Ooh, I know. So from one rare Jordan 1 to another, I'll go with the trophy room 1 highs. And I got my
The
blue
friends
lace.
and family. Yeah.
Yep.
See, I ain't got the friends and family.
And I know there's a lot of trolls in the group who like to say fake. Like I said, I'm going to say, I know where my shit came
That's
from.
stitching, yeah.
I know where my shit came from.
And your shit ain't yours is dead stock still.
Yep.
Oh,
So a crazy story
Dude,
about
if dude would have came to this battle, he was gonna get fried.
yeah, he was gonna get smoked.
So this is my second pair of these. So I actually got a early backdoor pair back in 2021, and I paid $2,200 for them. And then a couple days later, they released officially, and they shot up to like
I'm
$3,500.
about to say you cleaned up then.
Yeah, so I ended up selling mine for like 2,800 because I had another grail come up and I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna wear these. They were a size 11. They weren't, in my size. I couldn't wear them, so like I might as well make some money off of them.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of mad because like if I had waited a day or two later after I sold them, I could have gotten like over 3,500 easily. But I was like, no, fuck, whatever. But it's just like I think, when we think of like controversial releases, and backdooring, I definitely think that, these are probably, the first shoe that everybody thinks of because I think we all know, what Marcus did.
Yeah.
Even though he tries to deny it, but I think we kind of all know what happened.
We know what went on with them shits.
And the friends, and like the friends and family, after the release and everything, after all the pairs were gone and no one hit. The blue laces pair, they were hitting for almost $5,000 in some sizes.
I remember that, yeah.
And so now, it's like, shout out to my guys at English Soul, by the way, for all those watching.
It was crazy.
Yeah, these was crazy.
Did you ever mess with the app trade block?
I'm on there. I'm on there. I have some shit on there. Oh, what was that, Eric?
What did you show? I was asking Jermaine, what did he show? Because that's
no, I ain't showing. I'm about to show something right now.
I was like, wait a minute, I know it ain't that damn high.
Nah.
Like this nigga, he got past me that quick. Hold up.
So yeah, those go dumb crazy. That I ended up getting my pair on trade block, but I immediately regretted it because I had traded it for. I mean, they were dead stock, but I traded my Union 1, my black toes. Mm-hmm. My black toes weren't Union 1. I mean, weren't dead stock. I wore them a bunch of times, but since then, after I traded them, that trophy room started to decline in price. So I was kind of disappointed.
I paid $800 for my trophy room ones. So shout out to English Soul. I got those a while ago from them. For those watching, English Soul is probably the most, the two most legit guys in the game. Yeah, shout out to my guy Warren for throwing me a nice price on these. And it's crazy because, like I said, they were going for like, up to $5,000 at some point. And now, it's like, I think that, with all the backdooring and everything, and the price got so high, I think it kind of turned people off from buying them. Like it's a nice shoe, don't get me wrong, but like I personally couldn't imagine paying $4,500 for that particular shoe.
I wouldn't. But yeah, so the somebody just mentioned these earlier, so I figured I'd show them right now. The Brick Fours.
Shoe of the year for sure. But besides Undefeated and Tokyo's.
Yeah, I got it.
Are they coming out with another brick, a different color though?
There's been rumors of a black pair or a blue pair coming
right.
out. I've been seeing floating around, but who
right
knows?
now, all those black. If you see any black or blue pair, I don't think those have been actually announced.
Right. It's been rumors about them, but there hasn't been like a legit to say that those are what's coming out.
Like
I know I follow a couple dudes where I don't know where they got them, but they get legit crazy shit. So
and none of those dudes I've seen have them.
Like I've seen one person with I think it was a blue pair, but I don't know if they're going to be official.
Yeah,
I kind of hate when they do shit like that because it's a brick for you know what I'm saying. It's brick to symbolize the whole thing is red brick, so I kind of felt like telling a story like just leave it as is. Like that's why I even hated they did another Travis High. I felt like they should have did
Hold your shoe up one more time for everybody.
No, what's crazy about the bricks is on release day they were going for like maybe $450.
All right.
And I should have copped then, but I was like, oh, they'll probably go down because the market's like shit. And then they shopped like $700 in no time. And I'm like, just like, I have terrible luck with this kind of stuff, Like I bought the Chicago Unions, the most recent Union 1 release for I paid like maybe a little over like $350 for them, and now they're at like $245, and I'm like, of course.
I did the same shit.
Every time I pay,
I did the same shit, but then I end up hitting when they did that look like restock or whatever, that shop drop of them. I ended up hitting on sneakers. I ended up getting a second pair for retail.
It's crazy because if this was back in if those released back in 2020, those would be a $2,000 sneaker.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Yeah,
it's on you, Nick.
It's on me.
It's on you.
So I'll keep the Jordan 1 theme going. So this one was a huge grail of mine for a while, and the prices kind of got, after they released, crazy. So you know the Rust Pink Jordan 1. And so it's crazy because this pair at one point was going for, I think, around $8,000 in certain sizes. They only released in Miami during Art Basel on a yacht. They were originally supposed to release at a store downtown, but like the demand, like the crowd was so crazy that they were like, okay, we got to move this. And so they sent out the location to be on a yacht. And so this released along with the Igloo pair. And it's crazy because like they were going for around $750, $800 around release. And then I think we kind of all know, what these are at right now, which, like I said, okay, my lighting is shit. I am sorry. My lighting does not do these justice. Like these are such an amazing shoe. Although I will say I would have thought that the quality would have been a little better. Like it's not bad or anything, but it just feels like for it being such a limited release. Yeah. I think there's
Steven asked, what y'all think Softy gonna be brick by brick or Nigel's
brick?
Nigel is my cut. He says Nigel is his choice.
I think brick by bricks will be. I mean, for me personally, I'm a big 5 guy. So like the fact that Tokyo 5s are coming out, that's gonna be Tokyos are undefeated because I think for anyone who's been in the game for a while, they know how legendary those shoes were.
Yep, it's gonna be one of those two. Yeah,
but I think like in terms of like quickest like price jumps or like in terms of hype, I think bricks by bricks got it. Which, I think it's definitely a solid shoe of the year choice. Bricks.
It's on you, Jermaine.
I agree. I'm right there with you on it. Let me see. I
know you got some Yeezy ones in there, bro. I saw your battle with Nick.
I'm sounding like I'm not. If I decide to battle again, I don't want to go stupid crazy. I'm trying to make the focus just on you, bro, because you got. You know what I'm saying?
No, you got the heat, bro. No, it's like
you got some crazy shit though. These I probably done bought this shoe 3 times, but this is probably my favorite, and I had to keep getting. I'm never letting it go again. Another Travis, the Travis Frags. So this is definitely my favorite Travis.
You bought it 3 times.
Yeah, I'm about to shoot 3 times because I kept the
God.
first the first time that I got this shoe. Um, the first time I got this shoe, what happened? I got it from my boy. He hit on sneakers and I didn't. He in Pittsburgh and shit. My boy Don. He the first time I got it, he traded me. I gave him like a bunch of cash and I gave him this Travis Sixes, the tan pair, because he really wanted those. But you know what I'm saying, I gave him a good amount of money, so it was an even trade or whatever. So and he wasn't a ones dude, so I ended up getting him and then wore him a couple times. I ended up flipping them because the price went up stupid crazy, so I ended up flipping them and then I regretted it. And then I ended up trading, um, which it wasn't a bad trade. I traded my Soulfly ones, the
The
orange
orange
pair.
pair.
Yeah, I ended up
I just
trading them.
saw I just saw a pair of those my size on eBay dead stock for a steal, and I'm thinking about it so hard.
You
Like,
might as well grab them, man.
Y'all
The
both put them
quality,
shoes up again.
the quality on them shits is bananas, man.
you know, those it's crazy because like the Travis got one the Travis one highs. You know, like the Travis frags are going for almost 4K at one point, and now they're like 1900, 2000.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, they super drop.
but the lows are keeping their value. Like in our size, the
Okay.
OG mochas are like well over $2,000. You know,
Yeah, them is going crazy.
the frags are like $1,800, if not more, in a couple sizes.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely been holding, and that's what made me trade them at that time because that amount was going up, so I ended up getting them and then selling them again, and then I recently bought those again after I sold them again in like 2013. Then I just recently bought these again like a couple months ago, and this
Yeah,
time like I'm gonna keep
not
them
getting rid
this
of them.
time.
No, they're the best Travis one low in my opinion.
Me too.
Like I think in terms of like the Travis Scott the release to the public, those are in the top three.
Yeah, and the quality on them is super nice, like the leather.
Yeah.
Everything like that toe the leather on the toe is so soft it crumbles so easily, like so I put a
Mhm.
shoe tree in that shit because I learned from the first time when I first wore them shits was looking like balled up homework. I was like, let me
And
the
with like and with it having like the black toe and the frag blue colorway, I feel like you can wear it with so much, and with all the laces that comes with, you can wear it with so much stuff
yeah,
too.
yeah, that's why I was like, I ain't giving them up no more. Them is my shits.
I
One
need
of
the
my favorite
undefeated
pairs.
fours. Never own those.
Okay, Nick,
Steve,
it's on you, brother. It's the last one, bro.
gotcha. Steven, I need the undefeated fours too. I was not going to pay 25,000 plus for them, so the fact that I can finally
Right.
grab them now for a decent price.
To get them for 200, 225.
Yeah. Well, I just saw something on Instagram. Apparently, they're going to be, there's going to be two variations: the Nike Air version, and
And
then
the
the
OG.
and then the Jumpman that like stays true to the original
Yeah.
release. Which I think the Jumpman version is going to be a lot more limited than the Nike Air.
Right.
While we're talking about Jordan 4s, I'll go ahead and end it off with Florida 4.
Oh, he wasn't stupid.
Again, sorry, my lighting is like dog shit. So again, it does not do these justice. Again, shout out to my guys over at English Soul. When I picked these up, I was actually looking for the Rust Pinks, and for some reason, I just couldn't find any pairs in groups, and I didn't bother going on eBay. So then Warren was like, "Hey, we got these for you in your size," and so I ended up picking them up. I was like, "Fuck it, these are on my grail list." Here, I'll pull up the other pair to show what the tongue says.
Man,
So,
we're grab your phone, put the light on it, and shine a
yeah,
light.
let me go. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull my flashlight up real quick.
Yeah, man, because they need to
That
see.
shit.
Yeah, they need to see that the specs on the straps and shit. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
man.
the
Look,
specs.
shit go crazy, dog.
And on the back, so on the tongue. I'm sorry, my lights. When I move, when I get my new house, let me go ahead and I'll battle again. Hopefully, I'll have better lighting
And
on the
hopefully you'll have some. We want to make sure we find you some
back to
good
this football.
competition, bro. Because
And so,
you still got mad shit. You
and so
still
it's like
got.
on the
They
back of
don't
this
even know
pair.
you still got mad shit.
So I'm not gonna. So
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and pair these
hey,
together.
hey, Steven. Hey, Steve. This is on the fly. Like this is really on the fly. This is
Right.
some last
Also,
minute shit. Like,
this doesn't
but
count.
Nick Carter though. Nick Carter. He
Pull
told
these
me.
out too.
He told me what it was gonna be.
Oregon 5s. I'll go ahead and pull these out too, just while we're showing heat.
Ooh, yeah.
This was my my second PE that I ever got. My first one was a pair of UK LeBron 9 PEs because I do live in Lexington, so I'm a UK fan. But this was my biggest grail in high school. And obviously, me being a broke ass 17-year-old, I could not afford these. A $4,000 sneaker, which I actually, and they got the O on the tongue. I actually ended up trading a dead stock. I had 2 pairs of shattered backboards and 2 pairs of off-white ones. So I've traded my dead stock off-white ones and my dead stock shatters at the time for those.
But that was a crazy steal because
and then they released.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
no, but they released, but they ain't got that duck on the back, and they got
the
O on the front.
They also, I don't know if the camera can pick it up. They have a number. So they have the player's number right there.
Oh,
so
I didn't even know that.
On a lot of these PE, so this was back before NIL was a thing, and so they put the numbers on these players' shoes. My Florida Force have it, number 92. I'm not sure who that is because I'm not a Florida fan. So they put the numbers on these PEs, to keep track of, to see who's selling their pairs, because I don't think technically they weren't supposed to be selling them, because like I said, this is the time before NIL. So, the NCAA was kind of stingy with, their athletes making money and, taking money and shit like that.
Right.
But, so yeah, I actually ended up trading to my hype shit for those, and then they released, and I was like, well, fuck. I was like, of course, as soon as I get my grill, they end up coming back out, which I've seen the SE pair, I think is what they call it. It's a nice shoe, but I still think there's enough differences between the two that,
definitely enough differences, bro. It's enough differences between the two of those.
Jermaine, it's on you, bro. Last one, my dude. He's in deep concentration.
No, because I ain't.
This is crazy.
I did not mean to put you on the fly like this. I'm sorry.
No, I ain't tripping about it, because I said I wanted to see your shit. So that's why I'm like, I ain't want you to waste your time. So I'm happy that you got to showcase your shit, because the pics don't just do the shit justice. We need to see the whole.
If only my lighting was better. To everyone watching right now, I am sorry. My lighting is just absolutely.
I thought the lighting was cool. I've seen everything.
Yeah, we got to see most mad shit. So
I got to see everything clearly. So I got an old ass laptop, so it was good.
I'm kind of wondering what that Wolf dude would have pulled out. Like I'm trying to wonder like a whole, because like I have 15 shoes.
Go to his page and see what he posts.
Homeboy he's getting booted from the group after
he got to go because he flaked twice.
Yeah. Anybody from now on, if you get called out and you don't show up for a battle, you get booted. If it don't matter if you get called out and I make adjustments and all that shit, and you don't show up, you get booted. That's it. You keep wasting people's time. It's not. You know what I mean? Everybody's time is valuable. Nobody's getting paid for this, but we're doing this for the love of for the culture.
And then, like I said, I really appreciate, And what's crazy is like in our group, the group chat that you made with us, like he seemed like he was really down, and I know he was talking shit, but I was like, okay, this is gonna be someone in the group who's talking shit, but is actually gonna show up. Like 90% of the shit talkers in the group. No, I'll say 95%. None of them will ever battle. I promise you.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about it though, you showed up, and that's
right.
You know what I mean?
That's all that matters.
It happens, man. It happens every once in a while. We get a good battle here, and sometimes we get some massacres. But I'm trying to. It definitely. I honestly felt like it was going to be a massacre. It's like,
because even with this, you making me feel like. I mean, I'm definitely probably going to want to battle again down the road, just because. I mean, it's some certain shit that I want to show, but I want to make sure we make it an official battle.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
so
like it's like I love doing the battles, but it gets a little difficult when you get people that keep playing with the game. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's just playing
yeah,
sometimes, you know what
honestly,
I'm saying?
now that oh, sorry, my bad.
Hold on one second. Let me say this, but I do understand that people have life responsibilities and battling sneakers, showing sneakers is not exactly on everybody's list. But again, if you make the
be a man of
commitment,
your word. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
say
if
you're
you
gonna
make
do
the
some
commitment,
shit.
try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
everybody
always,
setting their time aside, and you say you're gonna do some shit. Do it. Be a man of your word, because I know that we
I
all got
agree.
time. Because if you
yeah,
don't have the time, don't just keep your mouth closed. I
yeah. If
mean,
you
don't sit
can't
there
do
and
it, you
say that
can't
you're
do
going.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you go talk shit on the page, then you get called out. Again, like you said, man, if you're gonna do it, do it. If not, just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Or just don't accept the challenge. Just don't.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Just don't accept the challenge because it's not worth the time of setting
No,
up these
I
battles.
agree.
You know what I mean? So,
100%.
Yeah.
but I
Just
do appreciate you, Jermaine. You know what I mean?
yeah, and
Always being there, got my back.
if it was anybody else, I would have been like, no, we just gonna have to end it. But I know Nick been wanting to show shit, so I was just
Yeah,
like, I'll just
Yeah.
jump in and let Nick get his shit off, because I know I would have been like, nah, man, I ain't showing shit.
I
You know
asked
me.
Nick. I've asked Nick to battle before. I've asked Nick if he wanted to battle before, and even Nick's really been like, he's not. He's been like, nah, I'm cool for the
Right?
moment. You
Yeah,
know what
you
I
be
mean? Just go,
chilling.
just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just been chilling. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
when he came to me and said he wanted to battle, I was like, oh shit, fuck yeah.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean? So I was like,
Right.
get
I
him up
just
there. But
I just hate
I,
shit like. Oh, my bad, my bad. I mean, interrupt you.
I honestly, in all honesty, I didn't even want to do this battle because I felt like it was wasting you. It was wasting you. I think I would rather see you, battle with somebody like Daniel Lawson or somebody, or
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Daniel has crazy
or
shit.
or Derek Smash or somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you're in that class. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You may not think you are, but you are. You're in that class. You're with that group of
He
people. You know what
is.
I'm saying?
He got some,
Yeah,
and he continuously posting shit. And I know you still got other
right,
grounds that you chasing down.
right. Yeah,
So
like dude, you just don't miss. You know what I mean? Like
nah, he
you got,
don't. He
you
don't.
just don't miss. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, like I told AC, I was like, man, this is gonna be a massacre, man. It ain't gonna go
Yeah.
well.
It would have been a
You know what I
wrap
mean?
for your boy. You would have embarrassed him.
Well,
He would have
and
been
it's like
mad. He
I
would
was
have
kind
left with an
of
attitude.
I was kind of thinking it because, like, you remember the battle with Anthony Bernard and Melvin a couple months ago. No, I'm not trying to talk shit on his name.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that. It's like, I was watching that and I could just tell, like Melvin, like I'll say he talked shit, but he showed up. But like you said,
He did. But
but I
Melvin
could,
knew.
yeah.
Hey, Melvin knew after the first three shoes he was out of his league.
And I could just tell you were looking kind of bored, because it was, just because like it was just not like a one sided,
Yeah, but
But
that's the thing. People be on these groups just be talking because they don't want to look small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right.
they fingers be typing more shit than it was really is. You know what I'm saying? Then when they
A
get
lot of
called
these
out,
dudes, yeah, a lot of these dudes can be very emotional and very sensitive. In here, you got some folks that come in here, show shit, talk they shit, and keep it pushing. But then you got people that you could post some shit, niggas will take it personal. Like, and it's like, I'm just
yeah,
talking shit and posting the shoe, and people will comment and take it personal and all that. And it's just like, bro, we just here to show sneakers. You know what I'm saying? And show
facts.
love and talk shit here and there. But some of y'all really be in y'all feelings and be way too emotional when it's just shoes.
way
Like,
too.
to the point where they start pocket watching and questioning who got money and all.
Bro,
Oh,
Like, come on now.
my favorite line is like, when you're just giving about shoes and be like, oh, you might have shoes, but do you have 3 houses, 6 cars?
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you got that shit, bro? Like
Like,
I'm
that's
not one to speak on anyone's finances. Don't get me
listen,
wrong.
people get real petty with the arguments. You go from
Bro.
yeah,
sneakers
man.
oh, you broke, you little punk ass, you little something collection, yada yada. Like, man,
Yeah.
it
I
gets
don't
pathetic. So it
It
gets
gets.
Yeah.
childish at times, man.
I
Keep
will
it the shoes, man.
I will say
Yeah.
the one battle I wanted to see that never happened was Andy Coleman versus Keith Walker.
Yeah.
I will say, Andy, if you're watching this right now, I personally had my money on you, bro. because Andy has some shit, bro.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
And like when I watch Andy's battle, like he
The thing
continues.
about the thing about Keith Walker is he's similar to Andy. Like he's a mystery.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like because you never really see any pictures of this dude. It's just he's always showing you some hot shoes, but you don't know
right,
if they're his or what.
right.
And he claims he was a professional athlete.
You know, I saw that. Like,
He claims he was a professional
Yeah,
athlete, and I
yeah.
can't. I'm not the one to say he was or wasn't. You know what I mean? You know, you could be a professional athlete and be on the practice squad.
yeah,
You could be a professional athlete and say you just one of them dudes. You like on the basketball team. You didn't do the sit way at the end of the bench. But you're still on the team. You're a basketball player. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
You know
will
what I'm
say,
saying?
yeah, it's. I mean, if he played pro, more,
No
props to him.
disrespect. No disrespect to Keith.
Yeah,
I
that
think
shit's
he's a good
hard. Like
athlete.
to go professional in any sport, that shit is hard.
Yeah.
Like it's
But Andy Coleman stepped up to the plate, so I can't. His credibility is not to be questioned. Like
no.
it's
At
Andy
all.
has some
he's been
fire.
tested, he's been
Andy.
proven. Like so, when somebody says something about Andy Coleman, you can't come that way with me with it because
No.
he stepped forward. You know what I mean?
He's already
I know who
stamped.
Andy Coleman is. Yeah,
Andy's already stamped, man. And
yeah,
he across the pond with it.
he's tested.
Yeah, he's in the UK,
Yeah,
right?
he's tested
Yeah.
and proven.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's in the
he's
UK.
battle tested and proven all the way
Yeah,
around.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Andy be having our hot shit. That's my guy, man.
I'm trying.
That's
Yeah,
Andy the
Andy.
can, boy. That boy, listen, be down to battle in a heartbeat.
in a heartbeat. He don't give a
In a
fuck. He'll
heartbeat.
smoke anybody.
Yeah,
He
Andy don't
don't, he
give a
don't play.
damn.
But yeah,
Greg.
the
Greg.
last joint I'm gonna show, everybody probably done already. Well, I don't want to say show, but they got this joint. A lot of people, but this was one that everybody wanted, including me. And I don't know why I didn't get it back in the day, but you know, um, this was like the top of the top grills back then.
Oh man,
So everybody wanted these
man,
joints.
I
bro,
missed out on them.
you can never go wrong with a Galaxy foam.
Yeah, man. Everybody wanted this joint, and I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna grab it," because I didn't get it back then, and I could have bought it multiple times, but I wasn't crazy about like foams. Like I had a few pairs, but I wasn't like as that hard. Like I wasn't big on them as I am now.
Yeah,
Like back then, I wasn't. I was still like Jordan crazy. I wasn't even crazy on.
I feel you 100%.
Yeah, I wasn't even crazy on dunks. I was really just Jordans only. That's all I wore at that time. So
Those
I need
foam,
to get a pair. I need to get a pair of foam posits. I don't have a pair. I mean, I have some foam posit shoes that are made that way, but I don't have those.
those Galaxies, which is crazy because, like, back in the day,
I'll take the royal blue one. Shit.
Yeah, those
The royal
Galaxies.
the
blue
Royal
ones
Blue
is
is my
tight.
favorite.
Yeah, those Galaxies back in the day, like that. The Galaxies were like one of the great.
Royal blue, the
One
black
of
on
these
black.
shoes. Yeah, it was one of
Like,
them ones.
People like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the release in Orlando where someone? It was either that or the Concorde. Someone ended up getting like killed during. It was the Concorde 11s and the Galaxies that really like kind of pushed the resale culture forward.
Yeah, those two shoes really fucked the game up. Like
Yeah.
those was to where you seen people going crazy. Like it was like a new generation of sneakerheads was born, and it wasn't to the point where it is now, but it was like people were really bringing the culture forward. Like, and then you started seeing it going crazy on social media, and you started being able to connect like in Facebook groups and all that shit with all these different people. Like
I think Nike
that's when
Talk
you
was
really
big back.
seen it.
Yeah. And then Nike Talk was big back then too.
Yeah, Nike Talk was my shit. I used to go on there every day. The post, what did you wear today, shit, and to check out like whatever new releases. That's what I was on heavy. Like I used to be on that shit crazy, and then all that shit just start blowing up on Instagram. With the sneaker pics, and then
Yep.
sneaker boutiques start coming crazy. It just started going crazy, and that was like. That's what I was like when I posted them grapes the other day. I was saying like, if you ain't got the what did I say? If you ain't got the '06 pair, then you wouldn't understand. Like,
Yeah.
and I said that simply because if you got if you got the grapes back in '06 when they dropped, there was a lifestyle release, like much like how them Tier Zero, all that shit. In my city, like the store I went to, they probably had like 20 pairs of the grapes. You know what I'm saying? They didn't release at no Foot Lockers, no nothing. So it was really, really hard to like seeing the grape on somebody's shoe. I mean, on somebody's foot at that time. It was like seeing a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? So the quad like 2213s, that was a big release, but for them to retro these again with the Nike Air on the back, it was big for me, to want to grab them because I'm just like I just remember that '06 pair and how much that shit meant to me, and to see it with Nike Air and people are just like letting it sit. I'm like, y'all wouldn't understand. Like you
Yeah,
don't understand what the hype was at that time when that '06 pair hit, man. This shit was crazy. Like you was really, if you had that pair on, you was that guy. Like, and them
it's like
shits
yeah.
creased first weird. Like,
And like I
yeah.
said, a lot of the people in the game now, like, and like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see like, like those sit, like grapes. I personally have never cared if a shoe sits
Yeah,
or,
me either. Yeah,
but
me
like,
either.
the grape fives are like that. That is a classic, OG. You can never go wrong, with a pair of grape
Right.
fives. But I mean, like, I'm personally happy to see, shoes kind of be, this might be a, unpopular. But I'm happy to see shoes go back to, being obtainable, for anyone. I mean, just
Right.
look at the Galaxies. Like the Galaxies are going for we're going for over $2,000 when they released, and now
Right.
you can get a dead stock pair for like $350.
Yep.
And the people who and like, I'm gonna get some flack for saying this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The people who say, oh, they're not grails anymore, because Jordan Brand release, they really made them, a GR more available. If you think like that, they were never a grail for you. You were just in it
To
for the
begin with.
yeah,
And why is it, and the thing that I don't get, like you have tiers of grails. So there's certain shoes that are still considered grails, even if it's a GR. Like in my opinion, as like a true sneaker, there's just certain shoes that you're going to consider a grail. Like to me, the black cement threes are a grail to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of
yeah,
them shoes where it's just like I hold it so in such a high regard. No matter how many times that fucking shoe drop, I will always buy it, and I'll buy the multiple pairs because that is just one shoe that I just love so much.
like
It's just like,
yeah. One of
and then
my
you got your high end
So,
grails, you got shit that's hard to obtain, but people, it's just such a weird time where people base so much off of price,
price
like
exactly.
price and hype, and it's just like, nah, that if you was around back in the day, it didn't matter. It was just like, oh, this colorway was fire, just the materials that they use. You know what I'm saying? That's what got you, like the way it looked, the style of the shoe, not that everybody wanted the shoe and how hard it was to get. Like, nah. And back then it was hard to get GRs.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
it was hard to get
Like
GRs back then. So
I'm in a sneaker like Snap group chat, and we were talking about when the Tokyo Fives announced. So me being a big five guy, I'm a size 12. So the Tokyo Fives, I think we all know they only released in Tokyo to celebrate the new Jordan store that released back then. And so
right.
so everyone in Asia, they have a lot smaller feet. So like a size 12, in Tokyo Fives or any bigger sizes, they're almost non-existent. They're unicorns. And so I was talking to some of my guys in the sneaker chat, and I was personally excited to see the Tokyo Fives come back. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care if they go for under retail. I don't care if they sit. I'm
Right.
topping regardless. And this one guy, he was like, why is Jordan Brand ruining all these grails now by Giorgio? And I'm like, and I said, it's like, if you're, mad, if they're not a grail to you because they GR'd, they were never a grail to you. You just want it for the hype.
Yeah, that's a 100% truth. And
Like,
that's you're not in this shit for the love. You in it for the look and for the clout. You
yep,
in it for the clout, and that shit'll never fly around these parts because I don't, anybody that knows me like, and I seen somebody posted like people were posted like if you got sneakerhead tattoos, post your tattoos. So I got two sneakerhead tattoos, and somebody said some funny shit. They were like, "Y'all in too deep" or some shit like that. Because, but it's just like this is not just a hype for me. This is my life. This is
yeah,
part of my life. Like I
right.
bleed this shit. So you know what I'm saying. I got my Nike Air. I got it in chrome, like so my and then my my tattoo artist, like the way I wanted the Nike Air done, they flipped it and it was like, I'm gonna do it so it looks like chrome. The Nike Air looks like chrome or whatever. And
mhm,
I thought that was super dope because it was unique and I never seen nobody do that before. But it's like right on the calf. So when I wear, you know what I'm saying, it was homage to the black cement threes, to the threes. So I put and that's the type of tat I wanted. You know what I'm saying, as a sneakerhead. So I also got a Jordan 12. I got the playoff 12 because I got married in those, and I was celebrating my 12th anniversary. So it's just like certain
Nice,
shit, like
nice.
where
I'm
it's just
actually
like paying homage. You know what I'm saying? But you got folks that aren't in it like this, so they'll question or think it's weird, and I'm like, no, I've been since I was 14 years old. Like,
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Right.
this been my
And
shit.
All right, y'all. Well,
can I
we
show
get
one more shoe real quick to end it?
you want to show one more shoe?
Yeah.
All right, come on. We got time for one more.
All right.
Then we get up out of here.
I'll end it with a banger. Ray Allen 13s.
Mm,
Mm,
yeah,
sweet.
you want
Shout out to my
super
guy Heat
crazy.
for Your Feet on Instagram. You've probably seen him on like SneakerCon reels having like a cart of like $200,000 worth of sneakers. Just had,
Oh, that's the dude. Yeah, I know you
yeah,
talking
that's what I
about.
got.
Yeah,
That's where I got
okay.
these my Rays from. So, which
Yeah.
I wore them to the movies a couple months ago, and surprisingly they didn't. I was like, if I swear to God, if these shits come I'm separated or anything like that, I'm gonna be pissed. But they held up. So, but yeah, definitely
Okay.
another banger from the collection.
Yeah, that's definitely a must have. Like, cause
Nick, I want to thank you for being on the show, man. Being on the platform.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry.
I
I'm
appreciate
sorry things didn't turn out the way that we planned,
I
but
think
it is what it is. But again, I appreciate you being on the platform, Jermaine. Thank you for stepping in as always, my guy. Much love to you.
it turned out better than what would have happened, honestly.
right.
In my opinion, I think this kind of worked out for the best, truthfully.
Yeah, I guess
I
some
agree.
things do work out for the best, but I appreciate it. Though. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that let me share to their platform. All of the groups that I'm part of. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. So to all of the people that didn't see it, it'll be replayed again. So check it out. Go like this isn't a real battle. We were just doing a little something. We didn't want to waste nobody's time, so there won't be no poll. So just if you like it, hit like on the thing and hit it and subscribe. All right. Thank you
And we'll be
guys for
back
being a part of
again.
the
Thank
show.
you. Appreciate y'all.
All right, bro. Be safe.
Peace. Yes, sir. You too.